Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going? Welcome back to Magic's Modeling Corner. I'm Chris. Glad y'all could join me. Um, I know it's been a week or so since I was supposed to come back on. I've been a little sick and had a few other things going on. So, sorry, excuse me. Um, that's why I'm filming this on a Friday. It'll either come out on a Friday or go out on Saturday morning. Hopefully you guys can hear me better. I went and got a mic. Hopefully this mic is working. Uh, so give you a little update on where things are going and how things are. We'll go from there. I've also got it on a new tripod that I picked up, so that'll hopefully help things out a little bit, make this look a little bit better. Um, let's see. The ones that I was working on, I put a few of them. I put another one away. For right now, um, the Chevelle got put away while I'm dealing with. Ran across a couple of issues with wiring a motor up, so it got put away. Although I did figure out what carburetors I'm using on it, and those are going to be those are both Edelbrock carburetors from MCV Products. So I got them primed and then painted. I got to do a little bit of detail painting on them yet before I put them in there. Um, excuse me. Um, yeah, went ahead and put all the rest of that back in the box, but I got that a little bit further along. Um, I got a little bit further along on the the Sopwith Camel. I got a little bit more of uh, the guide wires done. I got the tail put on, and the machine guns put in. I want to finish getting the rest of the guidelines put on the tail, and then I'll get the front wing or the top wing put on along with the struts and that attached there, and then I will get the guide wires put on up there, and that should be that and the propeller, and that should be done up there then too. Then that one should be in the finished category. 1/72 scale. That goes to show you just how small that is. I'm kind of thinking right now. I've got this, and I've got another. I've got a Fokkers DR1, like the plane that the Red Baron flew in 1/72 scale. I've got a couple of World War II fighters, and then I have some fighters and bombers, and I've also got a couple of jets, all in 1/72 scale. I'm thinking about building up one of each. You know, World War One, World War Two, modern, jet age and that, and putting them all together on a base, just to show the sizes of how the planes have gotten bigger as time goes on. It's something I'm kicking around. I don't know if I'm going to do it yet or not, but it's something I'm thinking about doing. I think it'd be kind of a neat display. Um, let's see. Getting a little bit further on the, I'm calling it the Jawbreaker dragster, even though it's going to be something different. Okay, that moved. Well, I'll have to re-glue that on there. The brake, oh yeah, the brake lever was off from where I thought it was, where I had glued it. So, but sorry about that. I got the gas pedal in, and then I've got the uh, this brace and the steering shaft in. I've got to, now this is after I did some modification. The this was under, so it was slung under instead of slung over. The way it was set up before, when I put the motor in, it was hitting on the trans or the in-out box. Hopefully now it won't hit that. I've got to put all that back together yet, and I'm waiting on things to dry, which they should be just about dry. But I went to put the steering wheel together, and kind of had an issue because instead of, you know, how the steering wheel on a dragster is normally like this, well, when I went and put them together, and this is how it was from the kit, it was like this when you put it together. So I had to do a little bit of modification, and after cleaning up both sides and that, so it's on a piece of, I think that's 3/32 tubing. I'll have to look for sure. It's either 3/32 or 1/8. I'm not sure, but it's just, I had to clean up both sides a little bit. Use a small round file. Get them cleaned out enough so that way they would fit nicely around the tubing, and that tubing will fit just perfectly on that steering shaft. So I'll end up repainting this a little bit, or repainting this to touch everything up, and then I'll end up cutting this back off of here, cleaning it up just a little bit on the back end, and then that'll go on there just perfect. Motor, well, the engine for this is ready to go in. So now that I finally got it in, or finally got everything together, that is a Iceman flathead with Ardun heads, and that is all in that came with the Scott blower, the SCOT. I did not, well, I screwed up the intake. I did not feel that because it was my screw up that they should have to send me anything new or anything like that. So, not to mention, I also kind of like this other intake and blower net that I found from not box stock, a little bit better, and it all looks pretty decent to me. It's yeah, like I got it wired, I got it plumbed. There's a line coming off of it. That line that's coming off That will get hooked up to the gas or the accelerator pedal. Um, the belts, I did those. Those are, they do send you with these. Let me put this back down. They do send you um, some belt material, which that's all right, but I didn't think I was going to have enough for the 3 pulleys for the flathead itself, and then also for the blower. So I went ahead and I made all of my all of my belts out of masking tape. Um, I'll end up doing it again on another one, and then when I do that on the next one that I do that on, I will probably end up filming it, and then that way I can show everybody else how I do that. In case I'm sure there's people out there that do not know how to do that. That's something I do want to start doing, is start filming how I do some of this. The way I've started so far, I really couldn't do that by trying to hold it in one hand and work on the stuff in the other. So the way I've got things now, I should be able to film and work on stuff and show how I'm doing things and explain. So hopefully this will help out a little bit. Let's see, the body on that, I went ahead and I got a base coat of gold on it. I was going to go with silver and then green, but I think I'm going to go with the gold and then put green on top of that. So even though the body, the chassis itself is already painted in the green. So let's see, that's an update on all of that. Those two, yeah, the Chevelle's back in that, back put away. Let's see, let me pause this for just a second. All right. So that was me gone for a couple of minutes, but for you it was only a split second. Here in a couple of weeks, I know here we're right at the very tail end of July, so we're starting into August, but here in about 3 weeks or so, in the middle of August, there's going to be a car show or a model show that I'll be going to in Harrod, Ohio, which is fairly close to me. So I know there's a few other guys that I know that are also close to me that go. So I figured I would put up a flyer for that. So you can pause if you want. So make it a little bit easier on you. I got a fan going because it's a bit warm up here. So, and then the following month in September, down in Franklin, Ohio, down by Dayton, Ohio, down just past Dayton, or before Dayton if you're coming from down Cincinnati way or south. will be the Gem City NNL. It'll be the second annual. I went to the first one last year. I had a good time. So I'll put up the flyer for it. So if any of y'all want to try to go to that, hopefully you guys can go to that. Sorry about that. If you need to, just pause it so that way you can get the information down. I will probably do this again next week and the following week up until I go to those. Well, I think that's everything for this week. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Wish you all a good week, good weekend. And God willing and the creek don't rise. We'll see y'all next one. Have a good one. Bye.